Last episode, we built an epic path connecting a brand new village to our starter island, and along with that, we built 6 bridges, a couple of tunnels, and it was just a lot of hard work. But this episode, we're going to do something a little bit more chill, and you may notice we're back over here in our storage area. And if you are new here and haven't seen it, this is our tiny epic garden, and just under this matchbox that we're in, we have many floors of auto storage, but it doesn't quite sort everything. I did point out last episode that the wood area is still missing a few things, but also 120 is coming, and along with that, there's a lot more stuff we're going to need to sort as well. But in other news, we are fast approaching 3,000 days, which means a couple of things. One, there's obviously going to be another movie. So another few hours of uninterrupted Beardy is coming, but also with that, I think it's about time we built some kind of, I don't know, museum slash achievements room, or just something in general where we can store all the cool things we've collected so far. And I've also made a couple of posters and made some custom paintings that I want to put up as well, just to celebrate the moment. So I think on one of these sides, it doesn't really matter which one, we're going to need to dig out a nice big area, and then we're going to have to collect all the things we actually want to put into our museum. But I guess the question is our beacon hole still there? It is. Look at that. Brilliant. So we can still put a beacon down here to make this a lot easier. In fact, yeah, beacon on this side, digging on that side, that makes much more sense. And a bit later on in the episode, we're also going to be digging out this side here because I want to create some kind of fuel farm for this. I know we do have a kelp farm over on our starter island, but what with the fact we're barely over there anymore, it's not really producing as much kelp as we need. So there are our tasks for today. Basically complete the ground floor of storage and expand a little bit at the top. So first things first, I should probably grab myself a beacon and get digging. It didn't take too long and we've got that all dug out, although I don't actually know how big I need this room to be because I haven't actually decided what I'm going to put in there yet. So I guess the next thing to do is do a little discovery mission and see if we can find all the cool things we know we want to put in here. One, of course, being the dragon egg, but I'm sure there's plenty of other cool stuff we've kept by as well. Maybe. Hopefully. But I think the best place for us to start this journey is going to be back at our starter island, because, well, for one, that's where the dragon egg is, but also I know there's a few other bits there that we've kept in a box as well. So first up, let's grab this dragon egg. So if we take that out, put a torch down, and then do this. Perfect. Now let's see if I can find that box that's got all my other first items in. And in fact, on this armor stand here, what I actually need to do is to turn off the resource pack for the invisible armor. There it is. Look at that. We have our first set of iron armor. So I guess we should probably take that with us as well. So I found the box that has some of my firsts in it. So this is the first dragon head, the wither head as well, the first goat horn, pickaxe, shield, ominous banner, and shulker head. However, it didn't have everything in it that I thought it would, because my first sword and my first pickaxe should be around somewhere as well, but I cannot, for the life of me, find them anywhere around here. And sadly, we can't take our birthday cake with us from reaching 1,000 days either. So I think we're just going to quickly rename a few of these items just so they don't get mixed up anywhere else. There we go, that should do it. And what I need to do, I guess, is see if I can locate my sword, my very first sword and my very first pickaxe, which I believe, no, they could be over on the coast. Haven't we got a column over there somewhere with a chest next to it? Let's go look over there. There it is. Let's see what's in there. I guess at least our first crafting table's here. We could take that. Why not? And the chest is empty, which means I probably used the original tools for fuel. They were made of wood after all, I suppose. Although one other thing I do want to take is a block from the tower that almost killed me in the very first episode. We'll call that the block from Tower of Almost Death. The original crafting table. And the 100% definitely... How do you... Definite... Yeah, just 100% original. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, wooden pickaxe. And 100% original stone sword as well. We'll just have these, yeah, they're definitely the originals. Definitely. Don't judge me. Oh, it's weird seeing myself with armor. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything we can take over there with us. I have no idea what happened to my original boat. I mean, it might still be floating around somewhere, and I don't feel comfortable making fakes for things. No. I'd never do that. So I guess the last thing we actually need is a couple of picture frames. And do I actually have any of those? Not picture frames, paintings. That's what I need. Paintings. paintings? Apparently I don't, but we can definitely get some. Let's go see our sheep friends over here. There we go, we have some paintings sorted, and I think that's everything we need for now for the museum, although there is one other thing we're going to do once the room is a little bit more built up. But now we can start working out where we actually want to put things. So these are the things we're going to be displaying, and that means we've got 7 items that need to go into picture frames. We've got 2 items here that kind of go together and will be displayed, of course the dragon egg having pride of place, and then we've got another couple of items here and a couple of heads too. So we kind of want to make different areas for all these. Oh my god, there's a giant slime! So, as I was saying, so we have 7 items that need to go into frames, and then we've got 6 items here that can have their own sort of stands, one of them with pride of place. We have 1 armor stand, although, to be fair, we could make others with other suits of armor just to make it look cool, even if they don't actually mean anything. And, of course, we've got a few paintings, which are going to be the posters celebrating each 1,000-day goal that we've reached so far. And I think the last thing I want to do is probably right on the back wall. I might actually put a map wall, or possibly in the floor or something, because I think it'd be quite nice to actually have a map. It's going to be quite zoomed out, I think, because we're quite spread out. But having a map of all of the locations we have in the world where we've built, I think that'll be really cool. But first things first, I need to get this room looking a little bit nicer so we can start working out where stuff's going to go. And that means you're probably about to get a short time lapse. I think that's going to do roughly for the size of the hall for now. We've got plenty of space here for armor stands. We've got bits where we can put other blocks. We've got space for heads. We can put the dragon egg in, and we've got plenty of wall space for hanging things up. I do, however, need to sort the ceiling out, so let's get that in next, I think. Well, that's looking nice and bright, which is exactly what I wanted. We've got lots of foliage in the ceiling, which is also providing lights from the glowberries. We've got lights behind where the map wall's going to be, lights behind the item wall, and of course, lights behind where the pictures are going to be going. The picture frames with the posters we've made. And lastly, we've got these nice little podiums where we're going to be putting everything on. And in fact, I think we can probably make a start on doing that now. So we're going to have 5 armor stands here for the different armor types, and then we've got a couple of blocks we want to put here. So we've got the original crafting table and the block from the Tower of Almost Death, which I know as soon as we place, they're actually going to lose their name, but we can stick signs on the front and actually indicate what they are. And then we've got the Wither Skull, we've got the Shoulder Head, and of course we've got the Dragon Head. And on this podium here we have, of course, the Dragon Egg. And then I've just got a bunch of stuff that I kind of want to put in these frames over here. I don't really know what order to put them in, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. There we go, I guess that's the wall of random knickknacks, and we've got space for a few other bits and bobs as we... Oh my days! I think it's thundering. Maybe we should go to bed and get rid of that noise. Okay, that's better. We can hear ourselves think now. So we do, of course, still need to make the map for this back wall here, and we need to hang up our posters for 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000 days once we get there, so I guess we can't do that one there yet. Let's get these first ones in and see how they're looking. Good stuff. Look at that. They actually look really cool in here. Excellent. So we just need to do one for 3,000 days, but we're not actually at 3,000 days yet, so I guess we're going to have to do that towards the end of the episode. For now, I need to get some armor on these stands. I need to get some signs up and just, well, I guess make a massive map of our entire world. That bit could actually take a while. Let's get the armor stands done first. And there we go. We've got most of the armor in. As you can see, I actually have 2 diamond sets there, but that's because I need to go get some more netherite, and of course we still need to make the map for the back wall here. So I think the next thing we're actually going to do is probably that map, really. To be honest, we should get that done, shouldn't we? So I think I've got a plan on how I'm going to map things out. This is basically a 7x4 map wall, as you can see. That's kind of where they're going to go. So this is the bottom left-hand corner, which is actually where we are now. However, there is a slight issue in that, well, we're quite far away from everything, which means we are going to need a massive map. So I'm going to start using this map, which is a sort of 2x scale, I think, or something like that. I've made it bigger, that's all I know. In fact, if I hover over it there, yeah, you can see it's scaling at 1:4, and these ones here, they're just empty maps at the moment, and until we create them, we can't actually scale them. So my plan is basically just to fly and fill up this map, and then as soon as I go across the border, I will start a new map, get it to the right scale, and then continue flying. And in theory, we should be able to map out the whole area, and hopefully we'll be able to get it inside a 7x4 map wall. If not, then I guess we're going to have to do the whole thing again on a different scale. So let's just hope it goes well first time, shall we? So, yeah, Turns out the map wall needed to be a whole lot bigger. Oh my days. So yeah, we tried initially with a 7x4, I think it was, and now we've got a 9x9. And even then, we can only just get all of our things in. We've got our lovely little, look at this tiny little brown splodge down here. This is actually where we are now in our tiny big garden. And all the way in the top corner there, that is our starter island. You can see the path we built last episode that winds all the way down. This is the village that we built. But yeah, that is a vast distance that we've been covering. I didn't realize it was quite so far away. And what that tells me is we've got a lot of stuff we need to build in the middle here, so we can at least make the world a little bit more connected. And the funny thing is, this isn't even the end of it. Right up here somewhere, probably about another 3 or 4 maps away, we've got our Guardian farm, and a few maps that way, we've got our slime farm. So this isn't even the whole world we've built in. But yeah, this definitely tells me we need to do something. Maybe on this island here, actually, that... I reckon we could probably do something with that island. Maybe we need to go check that out in person. In fact, that could be a really good site for our next big project, which we'll be starting in the next episode, and I'm very excited about. But for now, I think we can actually call this room done. And the only thing I'm slightly sad about is how cool this area actually looks on a close-up map. Look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. However, we're going to have to find somewhere else to put this map, I think. If we were to actually map out this whole area on little maps like this and put it up somewhere, I think that could look quite cool. But it's not really going to work in there, is it? We'll come back to that another time. For now, we have another project we need to move on to, and that is on this wall here. And you may notice I've actually used the purple on that side, not this side, so we're going to have to change the floor out. But that's very small in comparison to what we actually need to do. And that is to create some fuel for these furnaces. So I could make another kelp farm, but, well, we've already done a kelp farm, so I don't really want to make another kelp farm. But something else that burns well, although it burns very quickly, is bamboo. So we could put a giant bamboo farm back here and have that kind of auto-fill all the smelters, I guess. I mean, we don't use it very often, but when we do use it, we want to make sure we've got lots and lots and lots of this stuff available. We'll still keep the manual loading system here as well, but I think if we were to go around the back of these furnaces, we can probably come up with some kind of a plan. That is not how we get around the back, it's one of these things. There we go, this one here, excellent. So, actually, this is going to be a bit more difficult than I thought. Because I've got double wide furnaces here, I can't really... Yeah, I won't really be able to automatically feed the bamboo in unless we constantly had, like, minecarts and stuff going. But with the amount of bamboo we'd need, that's not really going to work. Oh, I need to rethink this. Yeah, this is definitely a problem. I've been standing here for a couple of minutes now, and I don't really know what the solution is. I definitely want to have a fuel farm down there, and ideally something that just keeps this loaded the whole time. But that's not really going to work with bamboo, is it? I wonder. I mean, I guess we could do something a little bit different and use dripstone and lava. Can we make some kind of, like, lava conveyor belt thing where we can just stand there and bucket up loads of lava and then just... I mean, I suppose we'd still have to manually load it, but... I'm really not sure. What do you think we should do? I don't know. Should we come back to this next episode or in future when we've actually got a better idea for a fuel farm? Maybe I should have thought about this a bit more. But if you've got any ideas on how we can solve this problem, I mean, as I say, we could just put another kelp farm in there and manually make the kelp blocks and load it up, but I kind of wanted to do something a bit different. So let me know your thoughts, I guess, and maybe next episode or a bit further down the line, we'll come back and do something down here. Who knows, maybe even later in the episode. In fact, the next cut might be me making a farm down here if I actually think of something. Well, I never did think of anything, so I headed off to the mesa to basically destroy it, because we're going to need a whole lot of terracotta for our next project, and I figured what better time than now just to pick some up while I just think about my failures and how to actually make some kind of efficient fuel farm. Well, I think that's enough procrastinating for today, but we've just dug up so much mesa, we have all the terracotta in the world, and I also got myself a whole bunch of sand, because we're actually going to be needing these for our next project. I know what I want to build, I just don't know where I actually want to build it yet. But anyway, we've got other things we need to be doing, and that is essentially blowing up the nether. We need to go blow up the nether. But for that, we're going to need a whole bunch of TNT. But that's not a problem. We can make loads of that. So I managed to make myself 6.5 stacks of TNT. That should be enough to get the netherite we need for the armor, unless I have extremely bad luck. And we're going to need our flame bow as well. So let's just grab that. Right, let's go blow some stuff up. Well, I've made it to the end of tunnel number 2, and we've got ourselves 26 ancient debris from about 5 stacks of TNT, so not too bad. I've just got to find my way out again. It was that way. There we go. But hopefully that means we've actually got enough netherite to sort out that armor. And we did also have a bit of an incident with some pigos in there, but that was pretty easily dealt with. So let's quickly just chuck this in here and get that cooking. And while we wait, what I want to do is sort out all this gold because, well, we don't really have any gold supply at all at the moment. We still haven't made a gold farm. So I did actually snatch all the gold I saw while I was in the nether. Well, we got almost 3 stacks of gold from that. That's okay. And we're going to need to use a bunch of that to make the netherite ingots. And we've got 6 of those, which is a couple more than we need, at least for the armor. We still need some more for storage. And I've just destroyed something. What did I just destroy? Well, let's not worry about that. Let's just grab all this armor and get it netherited up. And then get all this back on the armor stand. And now I think the room is actually complete. I mean, we've still got a bit of space here for some further trinkets as we find them in-game, but I think that's looking pretty good. I'm actually really pleased with that room, and those posters especially, I think, really stand out as well. Excellent stuff. And in fact, speaking about the posters, I have made the 3000 Days full movie poster. We've even got our dolphin friend in there as well. He was definitely a highlight of the 1000 Days for me, but obviously most of it rotated around the storage and this tiny garden area, so I think that portrays it quite well. And if the poster's up, that can only mean one thing. We've actually done it. We've made it to 3000 days, and I'm very, very happy about the whole situation. But this marks another landmark as well, because not only have we lasted all the way to 3000 days, but it's actually 1 year pretty much to the day when I created this world. So that means next episode is going to be a bit of a celebration episode. We're going to celebrate reaching 3,000 days. We're also going to celebrate the fact that we have lots of builds in our world by doing a world tour. We might even crack out some shaders if you're lucky, who knows. And then after that, for the next 1,000 days, we're going to be starting our next project. And I'm kind of leaning towards maybe this area here. I really do think that island is going to suit this project well. So let's quickly fly over there and have a look. Okay, I think this is it coming into view now. Let's get a little bit more of a bird's eye view of this place. Oh wow, look at that. This place is big, but a good kind of big. I think this is going to work quite well, especially with the savannah at the side as well. Lots of bright green here, medium green, kind of dead grassy green over there. Excellent. So yep, I think this is going to be the location for our next project. We're going to be spending a lot of the next 1,000 days here. In fact, probably even more than that, because we're going to be building ourselves a mega metropolis. Basically just a big old city. And that's going to be our industrial area. Because we've got lots of little farms, it's about time we built some giant ones. But we'll discuss more about our plans for this area in future. It's going to be a lot of fun over here. But for now, I guess this is where we part ways. See you on the next one. Woo! 3,000 days!